The Chicago Bears have a very active day on day one of free agency, the legal tampering period. What does that mean? What do the Chicago Bears still have left to plan? And what has the first day of free agency set up for the subsequent days or in the draft? We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
The Chicago Bears have addressed their trenches on very heavily on day one of free agency, signing Drew Dahlman within the opening hour of free agency, shoring up their center position with a veteran center that, while a better better run blocker, is still a solid pass blocker as well. But again, his strength lies in run blocking. The Chicago Bears then go on and shortly thereafter that end up signing defensive end Dayo Adeyingbo. I believe is how you pronounce it. A 25-year-old, 6'6", 286 edge rusher that can also play in the interior defensive line as well. Basically, a younger replacement for DeMarcus Walker, but still a very productive player that gets it done, right? When you look at the numbers there. And then also they capped off today signing veteran Grady Jarrett to the Chicago Bears as well to shore up that interior defensive line even more. What the Chicago Bears did with what they've given is basically sign all these guys, well, as far as Dayo and Jared, to 3-year deals, with the last year of the deals being non-guaranteed, so the Bears maintain the flexibility there, right? And the Bears are still going to need about $13 million or so to sign the rest of the players. The Bears have no cap space left, right? You got KJ here. He says even after they pay the rookies, they're going to have about $13.5 million left in cap space. They're not going to have about $13.5 million. They have about eight left. It's not about 13.5. Keep in mind they came in to this with 14.5. You take off Dayo and his 16. Drew Dahlman got his 18. You take that off there, right? And then you look at Jared. So no, the Bears got about after their rookies, they have about between 6 and 8, depending on exactly how the money works out. So the Bears are essentially done in free agency already. Now, they can create a little bit more, right? They can waive some players, they can restructure some players, they can do some things like that. But the Bears, for the most part, are essentially done in free agency. They went out, they dropped their load on day one of free agency. They shored up the trenches, which we all knew that the focus for the Bears definitely needed to be the trenches in this offseason. And the Bears went out and got that done, right? And there's no harm, no foul in that. The Bears went out, they got their guys. These are all very solid guys that you know that what their performance level is going to be. Dayo's the one guy that has even more of an upside, right, to come in and do some things still more than what he did before. But overall, the Bears have really set themselves up to have extreme flexibility in the draft. And I think that's what I love so much about what the Chicago Bears did in the draft. They still absolutely have some positions that they need to draft. I still think tackles need to be addressed. If you can find a future center, the running back is something they're clearly going to address at some level in this draft. But what the Bears have done is that going now into the draft process, they've basically set themselves up to take best player available at any pick that they have if they wanted to. Now, they can go overall best player available. They can go best player available at a position of need, which is something different. But the Bears have set themselves up to have extreme flexibility in the draft, and that's the thing that's most important, right? When you look at that, because now the Bears aren't going to necessarily go into the draft and address needs in the draft, right? That's the thing. You pair that with already bringing in Joe Thuney, Jonah Jackson, right? So, like, the Bears have already completely revamped their starting offensive line. Yes, Braxton Jones is still right now penciled as the starter. We'll see what happens what happens going forward there. But I think overall, the Bears are in a really good spot, right? Now, many people have asked that with the Bears addressing their edge, interior defensive line, their offensive line already in free agency, does that make it more likely that they're going to go possibly Genty in the draft? And I'm of two minds of that, right? We talked about it on the live stream. I still think that depending on who falls there, right? Because there's some guys there in that draft that are still on the offensive line. If they fall to you, I don't know how you could pass them up. But I do think the Bears' desire to draft a running back, they very well could, man. They very well could. And I can't wait to see some of the reaction from Bears fans when things go the way that it could go. Again, this is all theoretical right now. We don't know exactly what the Bears' plans are in the draft, right? We don't know exactly how they feel about. They still got open positions where they still need some depth on that offensive line as well. But the Bears have basically set themselves up right now to be in a solid enough place, and you gotta love it, man. Because again, once again, the Bulls moved with intention, and they actually operated like a team that actually has money and is willing to spend the money. Far too often have the Chicago Bears spent like a team that is like they were scared to spend their money. And that's not the case anymore now from this team. You cannot look at this team objectively and say that this team has not went out and was aggressive about shoring up some of the things that they need on this team. They absolutely were. They absolutely were. So you got to love that from this team. We just got to see how it's going to continue to go, man. Haize, what do you think about Texans it's Kelvin Blanks Jr., right? Like, isn't it an L in there somewhere? I have a couple of videos on him, my brother. Go check those out. I hope we still draft a left tackle in the first round. Braxton Jones has that big injury. Yeah, the broken fibula. Yeah, but I don't think you need to necessarily address it in the first round. I do think that they can still address it in the second round of this draft. Haize, they absolutely killed the free agency. It has set us up to use the 10th pick as leverage if we choose to. What a day. Yeah, I mean, listen, that's the thing too. Like, and I've said this before. While the Bears very well may want Genty, I want to make no mistake about it. That could be their target day one. But the fact that now other teams have to question when the Bears are there on the clock at number 10, and a team comes calling to see if the Bears will trade that to trade back, they're going to have to offer because what the fillers that the Bears have put out there. They put out those fillers that they could take Genty, right? Which definitely changes some things for the Chicago Bears. So I think that really puts them in a really good spot, man. It puts them in a really good spot. Do you think we overpaid for anyone's value? I think the only player that you can look at potentially as an overpay is Deo. But then again, I look at Deo and I say, when you go and look at some of the advanced stats with them, right? And sometimes you got to look at more than just the counting stats. You got to look at more than just that. This guy, and especially with his ability to play on the inside and outside, Dennis Allen is gonna love him. Dennis Allen is gonna love Deo on this team. But let's just look at it, right? He was 43rd in hurries. Now, why that doesn't sound like extremely high, let's be clear. That's still good. If you're in the top 50, that's solid. He was 8th in QB hits in the league, top 10 in QB hits in the league, 42nd in total pressures, right? 28th in assisted tackles. This guy was really good. You look at the run, he was 13th in run defense snaps played, and only 20th in pass rush played. His pass rush grade is 65. His run defensive grade was a 56. That's a little concerning there, right? But this is a guy that's been extremely productive, and he's going to compete. And I also think that this is, in a way, a vote of confidence for what Austin Booker could be as well. Now, that's my assumption. We'll see what the future does hold for that. Top 10 QB, wide receiver, running back within the season of each other sounds like a contender. We'll see. We'll see, because you need more than just that. You need more than the skill positions, right? And just because something sounds good on paper, we've seen it. We've been a victim of it. Doesn't always mean that it's going to be the reality of it, but we'll see. We'll see. Do you think Josh Simmons left tackle in the late first round? I mean, we don't pick in the late. We'll see. Well, I don't think he falls that low, though. I like the moves. Got to see more of Deo because I don't just go off stats. Now, as far as the 10th pick, we can go so many ways with this, 100%. And that's the thing that the Bears have really done that's special here. Haize, what grade would you give Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson today? I think I'm giving them an A-. Oh, they get an A for me. Like, and let me be clear here, right? I want to be clear. Everybody has ways that they grade things tough, and to get an A+ for me is that you would have to sign basically all Pro Bowlers, right? So on paper. And so it could turn into an A+, but right now I'm giving it a solid A. I hope we draft a running back in the second round. I mean, Yeah, I mean, it could be. And like I said, Quashawn Judkins, people are thinking he can go late second, early third, and he's a hell of a pick there, but we'll see. We replace Walker is what it looks like. Yeah, but I say this. He's not as versatile as Walker was in the sense that, well, here's the thing. DeMarcus Walker was better in the run game on the outside, better on the pass game on the interior defensive line. Dayo isn't that straightforward, right? He's solid. He's kind of the same way in both ways. So you can look at that as an upgrade. If not, he's extremely younger, right? So there's the thing in it. I think we mess around and take two running backs. And no, we're not going to take. Come on, bro. Doug, like, stop just trying to be different, my boy. Nobody's taking no two running backs in this. Come on, fam. There's no way you can believe that. There's no way you could believe that. I'm just kind of iffy on the running back being 5'8" in the cold weather of Chicago, but he is good. Listen, I wouldn't worry about that. I wouldn't worry about that. I honestly wouldn't worry about that. He's damn good. You got to look at where and how he picks his gaps. He's really good at processing and the analyzation of the game. I'm not too worried about it. Grady next to Javon is going to be nasty. Man, listen, and you still got Andrew Billings there as well. Man, what up, y'all? We solidified and remade both trench units over the past several days. What a major difference a couple of massive upgrades make on both sides of the ball. That's a fact. That's a big fact there. What up, famo? Gotta love trench hunting this year. Man, I mean, you need the trenches. Like, one thing that's been proven is you need your trenches to be at a certain level if you really want to win, right? And that's on both sides of the ball. And I'm glad that the Bears are really addressing those trenches and understanding it themselves on how important it is to address those trenches in the way that the Bears have addressed it. Not going to call you Haize, calling you like I've been seeing since the channel started. Shout out to Drip, and it shows. We need them links to keep pace here in Louisiana. That is hilarious. Think of this: Montez Sweat, Daryl Taylor, Grady Jarrett. What are you? That's why you throw so many names in there in a row, my boy. Like, put some commas in that motherfucker, bro. Come on, Brandon. You can't be that excited. Was waiting on you, gang. We got videos all. We were live all day long, bro. All day long. This is the fourth video today. The fourth video today. One of the videos was 2 hours long, and the other one was an hour. We've been live all day long, bro. I was gonna wait till later on tonight to do a recap, but I really got a feeling the Bears are done for today. Now watch me say that and something crazy happens. But I really do have a feeling the Bears are probably done for today. Viking Science Center, Ryan Kelly. Shout out to the Vikings for doing that, man. Poe seemed to learn from his mistakes thanks to this new staff. Listen, and that was the thing. When everybody was trying to reframe everything that he did to make it seem like, well, Ryan Poles hasn't done anything good. It's like, you ain't got to switch to that hard with it, right? But I'm glad that Ryan Poles came out here and he shut up a lot of his doubters. Now, we just got to turn it to wins on the football field, right? Hey, bro, take Matt Eberflus' whole ass out the intro. Hey, are you going to come do it? Don't worry about it. We working on it. LOL, it's just jokes, Haize, but we still need depth. But man, if Mason Graham is still there, don't hesitate. I doubt he's there, but we'll see. We'll see. Our only concern for not getting Ashton is the Raiders. If he goes past 6, I think we grab him. Could very well be. Ben said, why not be able to get it turned around in one off season? It's been done. They got me doing double shot of yak. And you know the thing that's so smart about what they've done with this as well, right? And this is what Ryan Poles was always going to do anyway. He constructed the contracts in a way where by time Caleb is ready for his extension, at that point, the high level veteran contracts will be off the board. So you got to hope, and it still puts onus on Ryan Poles as the GM to keep drafting right and to keep restocking this offensive line to make sure that the talent is at a certain level, right? I wouldn't mind a Marion Hampton or Caleb Johnson as a running back in the second round. Hey, listen, I still think Quashawn Judkins is a hell of a talent there. That's probably going to be there in round 3, but we'll see. We'll see. Signing a wide receiver is next. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. If we do, it's going to be a budget like because keep in mind, like the Bears have two damn good wide receivers there that both could be number ones. Caleb Williams is going to be used more in the running game. I mean, in the passing game than not Caleb Williams. Cole Kmet's going to be used more in the passing game than what he was last year. So I do think that they're going to sign more another wide receiver for depth, but I don't think it's going to be the big flashy signing that some people are thinking. I just don't think that. Like Bobby said, all this shit is cute and all, but I need to see this on wax. High hopes though. Oh, I completely agree with you as well. Like, and that's why I'm not predicting the Bears to win 10 games. I'm not doing any of that until I see how this team looks on the football field, man. I've gotten caught up too many times in excitement over what this team could be. I need to see it in practice. I need to see it in practice. We're not going to get Cooper Kupp. We're not going to be able to spend the money. We don't have the money to spend on Cooper Kupp anymore. Like we don't have the capital to spend on Cooper. We're not getting Cooper Kupp. I can guarantee you there's zero chance the Bears get Cooper Kupp. Zero chance. Zero chance. What about Ian Willer? He should be back. Yeah, but are you going to really put your things like, don't get me wrong. Ian Willer showed some flashes last year, but I don't think he showed flashes in the sense where it's like you look at Ian Willer and you say, oh, bet we're set at running back because Ian's healthy. I don't think he showed that amount of flashes. I can't say that, right? Because, yeah, showing flashes in preseason is different. It's not like he dominated preseason, right? If he dominated preseason where it was just like, hey, nobody could stop him in preseason, then maybe. But, like, he looked solid in preseason. He looked solid. Gang, ain't nobody effing with you. Bears fashion threw on a cream Bears outfit, had me looking like for the MF online. That is hilarious. Uh, with the Pat signing the Eagles, DT Milton, I believe it's a chance that Mason Graham falls, especially when they have to protect their QB. I can see them picking Will Campbell. We'll see. I mean, listen, I'm not saying that what you guys are laying out is not possible. I'm just, we'll play the odds. We're gonna wait till probably this week. Probably won't do it till next week. We'll probably get through this whole first week of free agency, and then we'll drop our post combine, post free agency mock drafts. Is probably what we'll do. We only have 13 million left to spend, and Poles likes to keep 20-ish mil for flexibility. He's not going to keep 20-ish mil. This is not the season where we're going to keep money. He kept money in prior years because he knew that he didn't go all out in free agency. It's basically impossible to keep 20 million in free agency. We're not going to do that. Any signs of Darrell Taylor coming back? Nothing that I've seen yet, but I think Darrell Taylor is basically a second wave free agent anyway. So we'll see. I still think they will go defensive line in the first round, but they really opened up their options to. And yeah, and again, I'm not knocking. If you wanted to say they can go D line, they can go O line, they can go running back, right? And you can come up with a valid answer to all those, right? So I mean, and that's this thing that's special. They really opened up themselves to really, and then when you look at the way that the draft has gone and pair that with free agency as well, like. I mean, the Bears have a chance that somebody's great's going to follow them at number 10, right? No, I agree, but you can restructure to get more money. Yeah, but you can restructure. But I think also we're clearly seeing now that the Bears are also trying to strategically place their money around when Caleb's going to be a free agent. So if you keep restructuring, the more and more you restructure, the further down you push that money. And that's kind of still what the Bears are trying to avoid too, right? Now, I'm not saying that they can't do it, right? They can, but we'll see. Oh, the Texans just signed Darrell Taylor for $5 million. Shout out to Darrell Taylor for getting paid, man. He is somebody that I wish would have come back, but I'm not mad at him getting his money, man. Shout out to him for getting his money. Hey, the Chargers are getting active in free agency, yo. Say what you will. The Chargers the Chargers and the Panthers and the Texans have made some really good moves. Really good moves so far. Yeah, we just got Taylor got signed to Houston 1-year deal. Shout out to Darrell. I think Darrell Taylor deserves more than a 1-year deal, but it is what it is there. Safety and middle linebacker will be needed in the draft unless we trade out Edmonds' contract. They're not going to draft. I don't think linebackers even on their radar right now. I get it that we all have some questions about Edmonds, but I don't really think that they're looking to replace Edmonds right now. Next year is I think where they're going to look at it. But all right, y'all. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. Gotta go ready to go do Bleacher Report. Make sure you guys stay in tune with us, man. You guys can lock in with us at Shy Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so 773-242-9336. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related, but that's thanks to you guys. And like I like to end every episode on, Chi-Town up, bear down, y'all. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.